In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make some sick Warzone thumbnails. Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at how I make my thumbnails within Photoshop. A lot of you guys have been asking me how I make them and if I could do a little tutorial on it, so I thought I'd bring this for the guys that do want to actually see this. Just quickly before we do jump into this, if you are new around here, please be sure to smash that subscribe button and ding dong the bell for more Call of Duty tips and tricks, class out videos and update videos on the game. And also if you do enjoy the video and it does help you out, be sure to smash a big thumbs up, as it really does help me out, guys. So starting out, this is my main thumbnail file on Photoshop. It's got all the sort of stuff that I'd need to make the thumbnail, and I just add in the other bits depending on what the video is. So obviously, if I was starting out, I'd get rid of all the other stuff off the screen, like so. I keep my logo on there just for the where is that bit? I'll take that bit and that bit off of there. And then I've just got my main text. If you guys have watched a lot of my channel, you'll know my typical thumbnail style. So say for example, I'm making today's thumbnail for this video. I'm going to go for something such as Warzone, and then I'm going to make the main text so everyone knows what the real thing is about. Thumbnail, nice and simple, keep it nice and short. So then what we're going to do is resize it to like my normal positioning for my text. Down in this corner here, we'll take the Warzone down on top of it and make that a little bit larger, like that. So then, for example, because people are going to know how to do this, so I'm now going to grab this little arrow. For this sort of stuff, guys, if you want to get the lines on the background that you can see coming down here that just sort of add a little bit of extra, or this like Fortnite text box, there are plenty of like packs you can go, thumbnail packs you can go and download off of YouTube. Look for like Modern Warfare thumbnail packs. They'll have the majority of them will have these stripes, and then go for like Fortnite thumbnail packs, and they'll have some like really cool stuff that you can add just to make your thumbnail pop a little bit extra. So then for this, I'm just going to go for something like make this with an exclamation mark, so people know that they'll be able to make this if they do watch the video. It's going to be a little tutorial for them on how they can make their thumbnails a bit better. So I'm going to stick it up in the top left corner like so. So guys, all you want to do to get the guns in your thumbnail is go into a game of hardcore and custom games, find an area where there's good lighting and you're looking into the sky, reload, and as you're reloading, just record the bit where you're reloading, then go through and screenshot where the gun's like in a good reloading position, so you can see like the majority of the gun, if that makes sense. Like here for the growl, for example, obviously I've started reloading, my guy's just about to pull the mag out of the gun, but before his hand gets on screen, I've screenshotted it, and it gets the angle of the gun like that. This is why I recommend playing hardcore, so you don't have like the bits like here, like where the gun is on the screen and you don't have the 60 round mags. So I'll choose a bit of a better example for that. I'm going to go for the M4 because I know that one's good. However, as you can see with the M4, I've got his hand on screen, so if you can get it before his hand's on screen, it's going to be a lot better for you. And then I just go down to here, I take the quick selection tool, which is just such an easy tool to use. All you simply have to do is go along, highlight the bits of the gun that you want in the thumbnail. I'm only going to do this quickly. I'm not going to obviously take a bit more time with it than this, so you guys can get it done properly. So you're going to want to go over the gun, select the bits that you want. If there's anything that is selected, all you got to do is hold down Alt and then click in the areas that you don't want on the screen. So guys, all I've done is I've quick selected it, I've copy and pasted it. I can now get rid of the original layer, and as you can see, the M4 is just there. Resize it to wherever you want, drop it down to behind the text and all that good stuff. And then what I like to do, just to make the gun pop a little bit, because it's in the background, just to make it pop out a little bit, is add an outer glow, which obviously you can mess about with the style and the spread and the size and all that sort of stuff. You can have it however you want. Also, I like a white or black strokes, also a good way of doing it. But yeah guys, I've just dropped this to the back, like behind of all the text and the other things on screen. As you can see, it still pops out due to that outer glow, and you can see what gun it is if I move it over to the right hand side. However, I'm not going to be using a gun on this video. I'm going to be showing you a different little bit of software that I do like to use that makes thumbnails a little bit different to everyone else's, and not a lot of people know about this software. So guys, what you're going to want to do now is come over to Steam and download this software here called Source Filmmaker. This is so good for making thumbnails different to everyone else's, and just being able to have the characters in the game animated on screen. This works for literally any game that you do play, so it's not just Warzone related. So once you've downloaded Source Filmmaker, you want to come over to the library onto it and go over to the workshop. And once you're on the workshop, search for Modern Warfare or whatever game you're going to be playing. Modern Warfare. And there is so many packs that you can download, guys. This guy, I don't know how to say his name, but this guy right here, Freeman, his packs are really, really good. So I definitely recommend going through downloading all the packs that he's got. But like I say, guys, if you was doing this for maybe Fortnite, we could do that. You got all the Fortnite packs. You got like Thanos. You've got whatever you want, really. Whichever game you play, you've got the characters there for. So if we open up this Source Filmmaker right now, it's going to look like this. So I'm just going to show you quickly how you do it. So you'd create it. You would then go to load. You'd right click on the black screen where it says no map loaded. You do load map. Let me bring that over here, and you're going to go for the black void. All you have to do is type it down the bottom here, black void. I've just obviously typed in BL and it's popped up. So you're going to add that into the thing, let it load up as it does. Right, so now that the black void has loaded up, you're going to want to come over to this plus sign here, go for new model, and then you're going to want to click MDL files and just search for green. So then what you want to do is take this green plane right here, open it up, and then you're going to want to come down to here, click this motion editor button in the middle of here, and then you're going to want to click rotate, click on the green plate on the left hand side, and just make it so it covers the whole screen, guys. This just makes it so much easier to get the green out of in Photoshop and to have the character stood still. So you want to try and get this pretty much level. I'm butchering this right now. The amount of times I've done this and I'm getting it all wrong. So yeah, you want to get it back there so that red line's now in the middle rather than the blue line. And then you're going to want to come over to this bit again and go for new model, and here is where you will select you're going to want to come down to Arachnid. I don't know how you say that, I've probably butchered it, but then you'll see whichever games there are that you've installed the packs for. All of mine are on Call of Duty because obviously I'm a Call of Duty channel, I only make Call of Duty thumbnails. And you just want to keep opening everything until you do get to the point where you can see the characters. Like here it's because I've still got green selected. Let me take green out of there. So now if I was to click on a Call of Duty, I've got all these different options come up, and as you can see, if I just slowly scroll through them all, you've got different characters with different suits available to take and stuff like that. So we're just going to quickly select, we'll go up to Ghost for example for this video, because why not? So we'll click Ghost, we'll open it up, and as you are going to see, it's a completely black silhouette, right? So all you're going to want to do is come over to the plus again, and you're going to go create animation set for new light. Go to the lights on the right hand side, slide it, like drag it over into the main screen and drop it. So once you've then dropped it, you want to hold the left click on the screen where the primary viewport is, where you've just dropped that. Hold left click and use WSAD to move the light around. So as you can see, I'm holding S right now to go backwards, and it's dropped the light out there, so you can now see the whole of Ghost. Then what I also like to do, not everyone does this, but I like to take another light, drop it back in again, same thing with WSAD, move it about, and put a light either side of the character that you are using. It just makes the thumbnails look so much cleaner in the thumbnails. So you just want to get 3 lights in, one in front, one to the left, and one to the right of the character, like so. So now that is all done, I'm going to go from the light, as you can see right here, it says light free camera. You just want to click it once to work camera and click it again to camera 1, and this is the camera. So this is the camera that you use when you're trying to screenshot the final character. So make sure this one is exactly where you want it to be. So then to edit the character, all you have to do is go on to where you can see Ghost is there. You want to click the plus icon, and say for example I want to move his body about, I don't know, let's make him rotated this way a bit. You can see you can just rotate it as much as you want. I'm then going to go and get his head like so, angle it down a little bit and a bit more that way, like that. That looks good to me. Then we're going to go, obviously guys, all you have to do for this is when you click on each thing, it might look a bit different for you. It might look something like this, or maybe like that. All you want to do is make sure when you're clicked on it, you want to have the rotate one. It's the easiest way to maneuver their different body parts. It makes it so much easier. The first time I was doing it, I was so confused as to why it was so difficult. But when I found this bit out, it made it so much easier. So we're going to go for the left arm right now. I'm just going to try and make it so it sort of sits on his stomach. This can be difficult to do. Obviously, I'm doing this pretty quickly right now, just so I can sort of get this out for you guys. It takes a while to get used to as well, guys. Like, as you can see, I'm still struggling. I use it quite often, but I'm still struggling. Right, so as you can see, I'm quite happy with his arms are right now. Now I'm just going to go down to the fingers. This is where it gets a bit more difficult. So what you want to do, guys, is just keep on camera 1 and just make sure you're left clicking on the session screen, like on this. Make sure you left click when you want to move. Left click there, WSAD will help you move about. So now all I'm going to do is mess about with the fingers and try and get them to where I want them to be. This is a bit more difficult, this one. But as you can see, when you work out, guys, which bit you need to be using, it does become pretty self-explanatory. Just start rotating the same bits about. I'm trying to get Ghost so he's pointing right now, so all I'm going to keep doing is moving the fingers into the hand so that they're not sticking out as well. Obviously, you have to check this from different angles. It will look fine from one angle and it will look really bad from another angle. So just keep messing about with it until you get it exactly how you want it. So I'm actually pretty happy with how that looks right now. I might just move this first finger up a little bit more, just so it does really show that it is being pointed. Like so, just like that. I'm pretty happy with how that looks right now. So guys, all you want to do to get this file exported is make sure you're selected camera 1 here. Get it to the angle that you want it to be. Obviously that's the angle that I want for my thumbnail. Come over to file, over to export, and then to poster. Make sure it's poster, not image or movie, poster. And then all you're going to want to do is make sure the format is changed to a PNG, save it wherever you want, click export poster, and you'll see it will start exporting that particular section that is on the screen right there. So now we're back over on Photoshop, and as you can see, this is my little file with where I'm going to keep everyone that I've made. We're going to drop Ghost into there right now. Obviously, he might drop into a different layer. Take it up to the very top layer. All you then want to do is come over to where that quick selection tool was. So change it from quick selection tool to the magic wand tool. Click on the green, delete the green. It's not a rasterized layer, so all you have to do is right click the layer, click rasterize layer, and then delete the green. Just go through. There's going to be little different bits of green in and around the face area. I'm just going to quickly clean this up and I'll be back in a second. So now that all that is cleared up, all you want to do is going to drop your character into the position that you want them to be, and then move them to into which layer they should be on. So I'm just going to make sure they drop behind the text like so. I'm then going to add a little white stroke to the character just to make it have that little popping effect, just like that. So for the background, if it's a class setup and you're using a gun, I like to have the blue sky effect, as it does look a lot cleaner in my opinion. So for something that isn't a gun class setup, I will just go and find a warzone action shot somewhere. So maybe just go over to Google. You can find plenty of warzone action shots. Just type in warzone, go onto images, and there'll be plenty of things that you could use. So I just quickly went over to Google, found this little image of Verdansk right here. All I'm going to do is make sure this is dropped all the way to the back, like so. Just like that. Then just adds a little bit to the background. So all I'm then going to do is go onto the background. I'm going to go into filter, down to blur, and then to Gaussian blur. Just blur that a little bit just to make it so it doesn't take away from the background as much. I might move Ghost up a little bit if I can, like so, just so the the title's not taken away too much. And as you can see, there's a little bit of blank space in here, which isn't too bad. I don't really like too much blank space in my thumbnails. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just I like to use as much space as I possibly can. So I'm just going to now take a little bit of text that I always use. Actually, what I'm going to do is go like this. I'm just going to make it so it says easy and place it on top of the Warzone. So it will just say easy Warzone thumbnail. Like that, so people will get the idea that it's nice and easy. They can come on, do it themselves, and it won't take them too long. Also, if you guys did want to add the blurred effect around the edges of the border, all you got to do is take a rectangle shape, cover the whole screen with it, put it to the top like that. Then take this rectangular marquee tool, sort of just drag it to the border size that you'd want, just roughly. I'm just going to do this quickly. And then I will delete what's inside. Oh, I just have to make that a rasterized layer real quick like that. Delete what's inside and then re-click on the rectangle. So once you've clicked on the rectangle, all you have to do is come down to... So once you've clicked on the rectangle and you've deleted the middle of it, all you want to do is click on this little bit here where it says normal and just change it to overlay like that. It sort of adds that little effect. You can mess about with which ones you prefer and which ones you don't. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It doesn't seem to work too well for me, but if this is something that you guys wanted to do, then I would definitely recommend it. But like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of it, so I'm going to remove it from my thumbnail. Also guys, another good thing to add to thumbnails is obviously the clickbait and stuff, right? So I'm just going to go to where I've saved all of mine, which is here. And as you can see, I've got emojis in there, I've got arrows in there, I've got hit markers, speech bubbles, all that sort of stuff. So all I'd just add into this is something like, I might go and get a fire emoji and just drop that in there. So guys, as you can see, I've messed about a little bit with the text. I've changed the title of the thumbnail and I've also added the Warzone logo in. I've added some fire emojis in there, just sort of separate everything. It looks pretty clean. It doesn't look, it's not one of my best, but it looks pretty clean, and obviously it was done pretty quickly for the sake of the video. So then all you'd want to do is obviously save this and post it onto your video. So hopefully this video has helped you out, guys. If it has, please be sure to smash a big thumbs up, as it does really help me out. And if you are new around here, please be sure to smash that subscribe button, ding dong the bell for more Call of Duty tips and tricks, class out videos, and update videos on the game. But yeah, I've been your boy Harry 17p. I really hope this has helped you out, and I'll catch you all in the next one in a bit.